Hey YouTube, this is Rasmussen Park Fan 62. This is take 2 of a video I did. This is Kings Island's Halloween Haunt / Tricks and Treats for 2024. Now, Tricks and Treats is every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays during the month of late September into October, and November 2nd and 3rd. So this is Tricks and Treats. First of all, you have the Fantastics. Now, this is a group, they typically were near the Festus house, and they would sing a lot of Halloween-ish songs like I Put a Spell on You, Thriller, and all this other stuff. The next one, you have the Candy Horn. They are a brass band, and they go around playing different Halloween songs. You have the Spectacle Sisters, which they'll sing a lot of New Orleans style jazz music. So then you have the Monsters Are Coming, Charlie Brown. So if I had to guess the location for this is going to be either on the main stage in front of the Eiffel Tower or in Planet / Camp Snoopy. The next one, we have Bean Boozled. So this is a game show. So you spin a wheel, and whatever bean flavor it lands on, you have to eat it. So I'm sure you probably have seen those on YouTube about that sort of stuff. The next one, you have a costume contest. So they try and see which one is the scariest, which one is the cutest, which one, has the best superhero, and all this other stuff. You have a Skelebration. Now, this is where they'll have a DJ, and they do different games and stuff as well. You have a Trick or Treat Trail, which is where it's typically in the front of the park, and I think it goes into Planet / Camp Snoopy as well. And they will give out like miniature Reese, like Hershey candy things. The next one, you have Halloween Crafts. Now, this is for kids 12 and under. I'm not entirely sure if this is like a picture of a witch or a ghost and you fill it in. I'm not entirely sure. You have this next one is really cool. This is the Artisan Pumpkin Carvers. Now, they'll have a whole pumpkin, and they will have a chainsaw, and they will cut into the pumpkin without puncturing it, and they will cut into different things. So you'll see like maybe the the University of Cincinnati logo or Kings Island or something like that carved into a pumpkin. These next two are an extra fee, which is the Monster Makeover. So I'm sure when you've gone into a park during the summer months, you see those kids especially, or some adults too, that have their face painted to look like Superman or Supergirl or Batman or whatever. So it's that sort of thing. The next one is Ghoulish Game Zone. Now, this is in Planet Snoopy or Camp Snoopy, and these are some games they have themed to Halloween. The next is Corn Cart Alley. So this is where it's a corn maze, and you are in small tractors, and you try and maneuver around. I think it's for kids 12 and under. So overall, looking at Tricks and Treats, it does not look like that bad of an event. I've seen it in past years, and it's always very cool to see what they have, and then the food they come out for it as well. The food they come out for it is cool because they will take stuff that we typically will eat throughout the season and redo it. So a few years ago they did Bride of Frankenstein ice cream, which was a mixture of chocolate and vanilla ice cream with some sort of coating. So at each station that does it, they will have a sign out front. That will say what the food item is there. They also will have I believe they will have like a thing where you can try different things. So now let's transition to Haunt. So Haunt starts at 6 o'clock every Friday and Saturday nights, and the first 3 Sundays of October. So let's get started. First for the houses is Cornered. Now this is an outdoor maze. This will vary depending on the weather as well. But this one, so if you have ever gone through something like a Field of Screams or something in that ballpark, it's typically that. This takes place in the Action Zone area, right around by the Drop Tower, and the Shoot the Chutes ride. And I've heard mixed opinions about it in past years. So the next one, you have Alien Abyss. So this one, they are playing into the unknown as far as aliens and stuff like that. Because they are playing into the theming of that area where Orion and Flight of Fear is. So that's kind of a cool thing to see. And then you'll see here in a bit the house they have back there. The next one you have is Hotel Saint Michelle. Now this is one from a few years ago. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. It is one of the shorter mazes, but it's still a very good one. The next one is called Killmart. Now this is one that, so you take your ordinary store like a Walmart or a Kmart or a Target and have it overrun by zombies and stuff like that. It is one of the more popular ones, so if you get a chance, if you want to do that, do it early because the line does get extremely long. The next one is Madame Fatale's Cabin of Terror. Now, this is one that's been around for quite a bit, but it's still quite popular. So you go into this house, and you have a lot of like creepy looking wax figures. So if you ever been to like those Ripley House of Wax in like Pigeon Forge or a Myrtle Beach or something like that, it's something similar to that, but made creepy. And the last one is Slaughterhouse. Now, this is one that has varied at each Cedar Fair Park, where they've taken the Slaughterhouse, but they've kind of redone it to their liking. And they've renamed it to different things as well, because I know it's called something different up at Cedar Point as well as Carowinds. So it's like you're going to a butcher, but you have to run from being the next day's course. I've always seen it to be extremely long, so now we have the scare zones. First one is you have a bandit. So now with this one, they are playing into the theming of Mystic Timbers. So basically, the plot of this is a lumber company closed because it was being overrun by supernatural, and some people got left behind, and they turned to the dark side, and they are coming after you. So in this, expect like hillbillies and stuff with chainsaws and stuff like that. The next one is Alien X. So like I said earlier with Alien Abyss, this is playing into that whole theming of Orion / Flight of Fear. I've heard mixed opinions about this maze, the maze itself, but the scare zone itself is cool because, first of all, you have this lighting structure, and on it has a lot of the different light effects and stuff like that, as well as these screens, these good-sized screens like you see at a fast food place for a menu, and it has a lot of like science data and all this jazz on it. So overall, it's pretty cool. The next one you have is Coney Mall. Now with this, the gripe I have with that is they've made it where it seems more of like an opportunity to dance than get scared. So I'm hoping they can redo it to where you can get scared. Now, some of the clowns, one will have like this really loud horn that you can hear from pretty good distance away. So you'll hear like a type thing. Then you have another one with like a puppet on its shoulder and stuff like that. So the next one is Pumpkin Eaters. Now, this one in particular is cool because it looks like a small town based in New England, and or like any seaside town essentially. And on it, it will have like these giant pumpkin seeds with like pumpkin guts running down, and overhanging it, it has these like pumpkins with different faces with lights in it. Then it has like this pumpkin thing that like it tries to scare you. The soundtrack to that area is very creepy. The next one is International Street Fear. Now this one is pretty cool because they have people that is dressed to build into like the facade of a building or a tree or something like that. So I'm sure you've been to haunted houses before where they have a person like in what looks like a camo outfit, and they're built to look like a bush or something. So it's kind of like that. The last one is Hooked. Now this is new for this year. Essentially, this is a redo of Shipwrecked from 2019. I think it came in 2021. I'm not entirely sure. But, so they're playing into that same story as Shipwrecked. For the life of me, I have no clue where it's going, but it looks like it's going to be cool. Overall, this year for Tricks and Treats and Haunt, looks like it's not going to be bad, considering this was a transition year, going from Cedar Fair into the Six Flags Entertainment Company. So overall, it does not look like that bad. I'm curious how they're going to pull some of this off, but overall, I am very excited to go soon.